Welcome to Season 3 of Off Script with Sam Monk, Senior Leader of Equippers Church. We're talking about what's worked, what hasn't, and leadership lessons from the journey. Enjoy today's podcast.
Well, we're back. Great to have Wayne with me.
Good to be back, mate. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We're going into another series of episodes here. And it's just good to be able to talk leadership, life, and...
leadership, life, and love.
Yeah. I like that, man. I like that.
Leadership, life, and love.
Yeah.
Off Script with Sam Monk.
You've just returned from being overseas.
Yeah. God doing epic things in so many places. And then I hear from, so many guys going to different places, and it's just amazing. It's blowing my mind what God is doing around each place.
Yeah, it's incredible what God's doing right now. It's quite overwhelming in a way. Yeah, it's just like overwhelming.
Well, it reminds you of who's in control.
Yeah.
Right? So it's God's whole scheme, because there's no way anyone could think up all the stuff that he's doing.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting? Is like you get what you pray for, and then you get it and you go, oh man,
nice.
This is quite overwhelming. This is quite overwhelming because, it's like more is more of everything.
Yeah, and you've always said it, right? Your reward for being obedient is to get more responsibility.
Yeah, it's like, do we actually want what we're praying for? It's a classic one. I often refer to the McDonald's ad. Here in New Zealand, at least, the McDonald's ad, a guy throws a coin into a fountain and makes a wish. And his wish is, God, make me adorable to woman. And so what happens is he turns into a little puppy. And then this beautiful girl comes along, picks up this puppy and goes, oh, you're so adorable. You're so adorable. But before I can take you home, I need to take you to the vets to get fixed. Sometimes we don't know what we're asking for. But I think the challenge is, any fulfilled dream, is bigger than our current reality. And there's a gap where it's like, wow, how do I handle this? How do I manage this? I've got a lot on my plate right now.
The dream always looks bigger than the reality.
Yeah.
Hey, anytime someone says, I've always wanted to do what you do, or something like that, they're seeing ahead. It's never just, I'm going to lay back and enjoy this thing that I used to dream of.
Yeah.
It always comes with all this huge set of problems and things that go with it.
Yeah. So a big question, and I want to open this up today, is how do we lead overwhelmed? Because I found leadership is overwhelming.
What a great question.
It is overwhelming. And if you've got a big dream, you're in a space where you should be overwhelmed.
Yeah, head up.
Overwhelmed. And it's making sure that our circumstances never get bigger than God, because I've found that's where the challenge is. It's not that I'm overwhelmed, it's sometimes what's overwhelming me is a big thing. As one person said, what overshadows you becomes your shadow.
That's deep.
That's deep, yeah.
That's deep.
It's like, you can tell sometimes just being around a person is like, oh, they're overwhelmed right now. They're being overshadowed by a certain thing. And
it's an interesting one, because for Christians, when you're overshadowed by God, that's what projects. Hopefully, you're taking Him, and He puts you in these places where He makes you completely dependent on Him. Yeah, and then it works good. But for non-Christians, I often wonder about them, like guys that achieve huge things. Yeah, what's overshadowing them when they're overwhelmed? It's got to be their own spirit. Like, those movies, just anything. Anybody that's achieving great things in their own strength. Yeah, they go back to the glory of man. I'm going to do this, and I've done it. And whereas for us, it's completely opposite.
That's where I often look at things around the world, and I'm going, if they're doing that without God, what can you and I do with God? Surely it should supersede.
It should, but the question for me is, who gets the glory? Yeah. Right, in the end.
That's a big thing, yeah.
I mean, that's the Tower of Babel, isn't it? Who gets the glory for achievements, for building these big things? And who decides? Yeah, we're getting a little bit too profound right now.
He just came off a flight.
Yeah.
But it's that whole thing of just being overshadowed by God's goodness and God's grace, and I think that helps you navigate the complexities of life, because let's face it, life is complex. I often say the older you get, it doesn't get less complex.
Yeah.
The more a ministry grows, the more impact you have.
Yep.
The more complex it is.
Yeah.
And so in the middle of that, how do you find God, keep it simple, and just make sure that you haven't lost sight of the one who authored it all.
Man, the amount of pastors and leaders that we see now that are handling such big jobs and big tasks, and they do it vision-led, you're relying on Jesus, and of course, everybody watching this has their own threshold, like of how much can I handle, and how much, and I just see the guys that have understood that when I'm overwhelmed, I go to a rock that is higher than I.
Yeah, I love that. Psalm 61 is so powerful. Yeah, it's just, I often pray that is when my heart is overwhelmed, because let's face it, leadership, life can be overwhelming. It's like, God, take me by the hand and lead me to a rock that's higher than I think. That's
such a beautiful verse.
Yeah.
And I think of there's an old song that says it.
Yeah.
Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. And it's that song that really gets me, the feeling of it.
Yeah.
Of being stuck in the mud, and then just lead me to that place.
Yeah.
Where,
and so to be overwhelmed is not weakness, it's actually human.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And it's saying, hey, I'm overwhelmed, but also, what you do when you're overwhelmed, I think, is the critical thing as to whether you can lead yourself through it, you can find God in the middle of it, and you allow Him to overshadow you, I think is a big thing. So let's unpack this, because just some strategies, in terms of, or just from biblical strategies as to how to lead yourself when you're overwhelmed.
Really good question.
Is a good question.
Yeah. Please answer it.
Please answer. I think we could do this together, but right. I think, pause and pray before you act.
All right, number one, how to respond biblically to overwhelm. Yeah. Number one, pause and pray before you act.
I think you, like me, have activator as one of our strengths.
Yes.
And so we just want to get it done. Yes. And we want to get it done quickly. We want to move, and sometimes that hasn't helped.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've activated and then regretted it.
Yeah.
Or Libby says, don't, stop. Before you activate, think.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true.
And I think that just that pausing, praying, I like the psalmist where it says in Psalm 46 where it says, be still, another song, right. Be still. We could sing songs all day. Be still and know that I am God. I think the challenge is not being still, it's knowing that He's God.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, a lot of people can be still.
Yeah.
Can be still and not know the sovereignty of God or the might of God.
Yeah, it's huge, actually. If you split that up, because a lot of people can be still and you end up, stilling your mind, trying to still your thoughts, and it becomes nothing more than meditation, or just like a modern psychotherapy type technique of just being still, but actually to find God in it, and know that I'm God, the sovereignty, how big He is.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing of magnifying God.
Yeah,
it doesn't make God any bigger than He already is. He's big, but it's magnifying as allowing your perspective.
If you think about scale, we see what's in front of us and we forget how big God is. Yeah. And if we start to realize how big He is, the God of the universe, and all those what's his name? Who did the big universe thing and the stars and the galaxies and the
Louis Giglio.
God of wonders, beyond my galaxy, and you realize how big He is, and then that God says to us, "Hey, I'm in control."
Yeah.
and it's He becomes bigger in our eyes. The effect of seeing Him that big, what that does to us, is what I think that means. Be still and know that
I think that's huge. One of the things when I'm overwhelmed is also just remembering I'm not alone. It's like, I'm not alone in this. Because the enemy would have you believe, oh, you're the only one who has to deal with this. You're the only one who has to face this. You're the only one. And
well, that's Elijah, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Elijah, yeah.
I'm the only one left.
But there was plenty of others,
Yeah.
and God had to remind him of that. But it's just like when you go through the waters, it means that you go through the waters, but you're not alone. I'll be there, he says.
That's a verse in Isaiah.
Yeah, in Isaiah, and just that in itself is big. It's like, I'm not the only one going through this.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between us and non-Christians.
Yeah.
If a non-Christian guy who's really capable in himself, of course he goes to his own thing. Oh, it's just me and myself.
Yeah.
But to be able to give it, almost surrender it to God. Oh, I'm not alone in this. Yes. Let's go. We can do this together.
And other people have found, knowing that other people have found answers.
Yeah.
I like to think of it this way. Somebody's got it worse than me, but they've got a better attitude.
Yeah, nice.
I always have to remind me, somebody's been dealt a worse hand and they won with that hand.
Yeah, wow.
Is like, what's my excuse? They found God in the middle of that space. And I think just, okay, I'm not the only one. Otherwise you can go, nobody has to, it's this whole nobody has to deal with what I have to deal with. You carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, poor me.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, go home, shut the curtains, watch sad movies.
It's knowing that somebody else has been through it, and that's where it helps to have, village around you, community around you, leaders above you.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, I've looked at you guys and Bruce and other guys in our movement that have just achieved huge things. And I think the complexity of those situations that you guys have been in are more than I've had. So there's got to be a way. And I've seen leaders turn to God and get their answers from God. And it's just...
Yeah, I think it's always encouraging when you're overwhelmed to know that God will never allow you to be pushed past your limits. He'll always, provide a way of escape. I love how the Message version puts that in Corinthians. It's like he'll open up a way of escape, but so often we think, I can't handle this. I can't do this. But maybe there's more in us than we choose to acknowledge, and God is using the situations and circumstances of our life to draw out inner potential.
Yeah, hard out. I think there's it's a real test of whether you can, that real difference between my strength and God's strength, my voice and God's voice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see, it's really basic, especially if you're a pastor watching this, we all know it, but I've just seen such a huge step between my own wisdom and then I hear God's voice saying, wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. I've got wisdom for you. Yeah. Hey, before you act, especially the activated thing, or before you overthink, or before you freak out, or before you panic, or before you reach for something that's like some form of comfort that's not me, just wait and hear what I have to say. I've learned to listen to that.
Yeah.
I've really learned
even
to
in
listen
facing temptation, 2 minutes, just wait.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Just wait.
It's just pray, bring God into that space.
Yeah.
And I think when things are overwhelming and big and leading in that context, there's sometimes being able to break it down into manageable steps.
Especially if the vision is huge.
Yeah.
Right? And the task ahead of you is huge.
Yeah.
All right. Can you talk about that more?
Well, I just love the thought, when Jesus taught the disciples to pray, is like, give us this day our daily bread.
Okay. Right.
So,
right. One day at a time.
So it's not weekly bread.
Yeah.
He doesn't give us bread for the week. He gives us bread for the day. And if he wanted us to accomplish, a week's worth of work in a day, he would have given us. It's just daily bread. And I think, even the command, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough worries of its own.
Sure. How do you manage the tension of being able to plan and think ahead and envision, but also, I need a daily fix from God.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just breaking it down into manageable steps. Is like, what can I do today?
Okay, all right.
What can I do today? Even when it came to Nehemiah rebuilding the wall, he did it in different sections.
Right.
And it's just manageable steps. And sometimes we try to take on the whole thing.
Right.
But we can't handle the whole thing all at once.
Right.
It's just, I'm going to do this today, and I'm going to do
Yeah,
that tomorrow.
There's a measure of trust there for sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Lord, you've given me enough to do this.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to trust you for the next step.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a measure of trust. And it's just taking the heat off yourself that you're going, I got time.
Yeah.
I got time on this. And God's only asking, he's not asking you to pull rabbits out of a hat. He's only asking you to give your best. And when you give your best, I find that's where the supernatural is released anyway.
Totally.
Yeah.
God controls the rabbits.
yeah. Using that metaphor.
God's got all the rabbits.
And but that's a big thing. Is just break it down. As one person said, we overestimate what we can do in a day.
Yes.
But we underestimate what we can do in 5 years.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, let's. Because a lot of emotional energy, I think when you're overwhelmed, you can suck up
I was just about to ask
emotional energy.
Because that's exactly what it is, right? It's for those guys, I mean, everybody's got a threshold again of their emotional capacity.
Yeah.
And handling stress.
Yeah.
And stopping yourself from getting overworked.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of guys fall out, right? Because they don't manage that really well.
Yeah, it's not your physical.
Yeah.
It's not your
not even your spiritual.
It's not your spiritual. It's your
emotional state.
Yeah, and you know it because there's a difference between weariness and tiredness.
Yes.
Tiredness, sleep.
Yeah.
You have a sleep, you get up, I'm ready to go again. But emotional or weariness is like you sleep and you want to stay.
Yeah.
You just want to keep on sleeping.
Yeah.
And that's when your emotional tank
is learning how to replenish well.
Yeah.
Right. I heard somebody say recently, managing your rest should be as planned and organized as managing your work.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, because that hit me hard because I don't do that really well.
Yeah, especially the activator. It's like...
Well, when you give out so much, especially in ministry, so much of it is emotional giving out.
Yeah.
And I don't think we really understand, okay, I need to really figure out how I replenish well, emotionally recharge with God. And there's so much satisfaction in the presence of God waiting there for us.
Yeah, which I think when it comes down to it, managing your or guarding, should I say, your inner world or your private world with God. Yeah, I think above all else, guard your heart. Proverbs 4 is a big one. Is like above all else, above all else, the highest priority. Yeah. Is guarding the heart. And so
guarding your inner world, your inner garden. There was that book about the inner garden somewhere. I remember the feeling
of... A gardening book, eh? Oh, wow, man. I never knew you were into gardening, man. Is that replenishing for you?
I remember
a musician, a gardener and a musician.
A musician.
A musician. Yeah, new word there.
No, I remember reading. I can't remember whose book it was. It was all about your inner garden. He used the metaphor of the garden.
Yeah, tend, because guard actually means tent.
Yeah, right.
It means tend. It's like you would a garden.
A guardian.
Yeah, it's like it means to tend your heart. And,
that feeling of having this, even though it's chaos outside, this inner space that's just ordered and full of life and abundant and flourishing. Yeah. It's such a beautiful picture, and I always go for that.
Yeah.
I just think there's got to be a space somewhere,
Come on.
where I can find that.
Yeah. Well, we do pray that you're overwhelmed. And overwhelmed by what God wants to do, but also overwhelmed by His goodness, His faithfulness. Yep. And, we're going to continue this a little bit further, just what it means to lead overwhelmed. Yeah. Pray this is a blessing. Hey, if it is, let us know. Yeah. And if there's any subjects you want us to talk about, drop us a line. Yeah, we'd love to know. Bless you. See you again.
Thanks for listening to Off Script with Sam Monk. If you found this podcast helpful, make sure you pass it on. We love your feedback, so drop us a line about what topics you'd like to hear about on Off Script with Sam Monk.